Okay, this is the metal overhead door, and this process is a little different than some of my other videos because we got some extenuating circumstances. So we come over here and we're studying this, and this is the bolt where it's bolted onto. We see we do not have a handle. Now I released that so the door would stay half open, but the door would not stay half open because the spring is not properly adjusted. So now we have undue pressure on the opener motor. The opener motor, one of our courtesy lights, is not working. On our overhead door motor is not GFCI protected. We kind of expect that in the age of this house. We're not supposed to be plugging in extension cords to the same receptacle as the overhead door opener. Our luminaries in the garage should have protective covers on them. And then coming over here, we got extension cords used in permanent applications. We shouldn't have that either. Now let's talk about the door. Okay, is that what we're here for? Hell yeah. So we can see that our door is bent. And you can see that from the exterior too. So our door has experienced some unnecessary duress. And a cracked beam right there. One thing we don't have inside, well yes we do, we got a pull handle inside of the door. So that's a good thing. Coming along here, our manual door lock has not been decommissioned. So you can lock this door, forget about it, come home, try to open the door, and it springs it all out of whack. Our optic sensors are not supposed to be higher than 6 inches from the garage floor. Our optic sensors are just a little bit too high there. So they're not supposed to be higher than 6 inches. And then the control wires for our optic sensors have been secured with uninsulated metal staples. They should have been installed with insulated staples. These staples can eat the, compromise the insulation on the wires, create a short, and then it quits working on you. But you do have a handle inside there. You got a buckling door, missing a handle there, and the spring tension is wrong. Okay, too high, too high. We got extension cords used in permanent locations. Here's our door opener button. It's over 5 feet high from the ground, so little hands can't get to it. That's a good thing. Now this has an app where you can close the door from anywhere, from the Department of Public Vehicles to anywhere. You can just close the door. By law, by code, it says that switch is supposed to be within sight of the door. But now the manufacturer's installation instructions supersedes code, but Chamberlain thinks that it's a good idea that we can give you an app and you can open and close it from everywhere. Just be cautious. Just be cautious. If you are at Kroger, if you're at the drugstore, if you are someplace else, if you're, your best friend's house, whatever, if you're someplace and you decide that you want to open or close the door, make sure that you got a spotter or somebody that can look for that. Just a small heads up on that. So we got the handle, we got the lights, we got the staples, we got the lock. That's a spring tension notice. It's supposed to be one on each corner of the door, and we have that. And then we're looking for a safety notice. And I do not see a safety notice. All right, well, we don't have a safety notice there. Do we have a safety notice over here? We don't have a safety notice over here either. You're supposed to have a safety notice there by the door button. You're supposed to have a safety notice on the door. An entrapment warning notice. That's what you're supposed to have. So what I don't do is I do not do block tests. I made a business decision, to do no harm. So what I do, instead of a block test, I'm going to bake instructions into your inspection report about what a block test is and how to do it. If you'd like the seller to come out and demonstrate that to you, that's fine. Have the seller come out and demonstrate it to you. Or you can do your own block test. But I don't do that. I just take my big old flat zombie hoof and I trudge across here and I break the beam and then it goes into automatic reverse, and that's how we test the automatic reverse. So we come over here, we go close sesame. Alright. Like a dancing fool, I come over here, take my zombie hoof, and there it is. We do know the safety reverse works. That's how I test them. That's on my inspection agreement that's posted on my website. It's on the inspection agreement that my dear client signed. And I'm telling you now, but that's it. So what did we learn? We learned that we shouldn't have things plugged into our wall switch. We should have things plugged into that. We learned that one of our courtesy lights is not working. We learned that our top rail is bent and torn and compromised right in there. See the daylight coming through there? We learned that our manual door lock has not been decommissioned. We learned that our optic sensors are too high. We learned that we do not have insulated staples on our control wires. We learned that we do not have a entrapment notice, a safety notice posted inside of the door. We learned that we do not have an entrapment notice, a safety notice posted at the door opener switch.